onion trial, a winter onion trial in this bed. Over winter we can have onions planted 2 different ways. We weren't sure whether we'd be able to get any onion sets or not, and I saw some onion plants that you could order online, so I ordered those and we managed to get some sets. So we're going to see which perform better, from sets or from little plants. The plants being separated and look like that, a bit straggly, but we're going to see how they go. And we're going to have 4 rows of onion plants and a row of sets down the middle to compare how the different methods work. And we weren't sure how we were going to get these plants in, so we've actually made some sort of narrow trenches and filled them with compost, and hopefully that'll allow these onion plants to get established. And we are having to do a bit of watering because it's a few weeks now since we had any rain and things are starting to get a bit dry. Anyway, I'll come back when we've got this bed.
Many of these ones, but this is.
First job, we're just spacing them out so that we'll complete this row with what we had left. Looks like it'll be as much garlic as onions.
There's more of these other onions.
Oh, maybe not then. The ones going in at this end are Senshui yellow, aren't they?
Yes.
So the oddments at the other end are for radar.
Not putting too far apart because we don't want huge onions.
So they've all been spaced out, 15 in each row, and they're sort of carefully been transplanted into this compost.
We don't know whether this is the right way or not, do we?
Well, I'm not sure. They'll not just transplant into our soil, so
we don't really know how deep we're supposed to put them though, do we?
No.
It's a bit trial and error.
But if they're not in any great depth, they're just going to blow over. So we'll just have to see how they go. All part of the experiment. We've got this bed planted up with its onion plants and onion sets, and I guess we'll have to wait now, see how these survive autumn, winter and spring, and which, if any, produce our best onions. We did have a few sets left, and Sue's put a row of Senshu yellow down the middle between these bought-in leek plants. And while we've been at this bed, I've had a quick whiz round with the hoe, giving it a bit of a weed. Hopefully it'll be okay now for a couple of weeks before we need to do any more weeding. Thought I'd give you a bit of an update on how the autumn planted broad beans are going. Some plants are looking fairly sturdy and are in flower. Some are not quite so sturdy and leaning over a little bit. But given some decent weather, they might do alright. We'll just have to sort of wait and see what happens. But still, a bit on the leggy side. Don't think they'd like a gale force wind, which we could get any time now. It's a year of experiments. Just a reminder, it's our main winter onion bed, planted up a week or so ago. Onions haven't started, but white Casablanca garlic certainly has. And he's already going. You might well be wondering why we go to all this trouble to grow some winter onions. Well, these are left over from what we grew last year, so we started harvesting last year's winter onions in late spring, and they produced enough to see us all through summer. So once these half a dozen or so winter onions are finished, we'll move on to the onions we grew over summer this year. But that's why we like to grow some winter onions, because they'll last us all through summer.